Hey YouTube, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with not so much a gear video. There will be some gear mentioned here, but this is just a lighthearted video. I'd love to hear some of your comments below answering these same questions. Let me tell you that this video comes from a challenge from 7Ready, and that came from a challenge from Fun with Knives, which is a fairly new channel. Pretty cool channel as well. Both of those channels I do like and recommend. So what they said was, here's 5 just lighthearted questions that will be kind of fun to answer and discuss. All right, so if you're watching this, I'd love to hear your sort of 5 for 5 in the comments below. And I'll probably post this on Facebook as well. So if you're watching this on Facebook, go ahead and put comments there about what your sort of 5 for 5, fun 5 for 5 are. So question number 1 is, what was your favorite childhood toy? What was your favorite childhood toy? And for me, this was an obvious one. I didn't even have to think about it. Definitely G.I. Joe. I love G.I. Joe. I watched the show. I love the characters. I used to, build bases in my room and in the living room. I'm sure it drove my parents crazy. I would have friends over and we would both build a base, and then we'd like have a pretend war in the middle of the living room. I'd even bring other stuff. I might get a cardboard box and cut it up, and I'd get, some other toys that I had and kind of pull them all into the base and somehow connect them all to G.I. Joe, and had a lot of fun doing that. So that was definitely my favorite childhood toy. Next, what is your favorite adult toy? Now guys, nothing inappropriate here. Favorite adult toy, we all know that men really don't grow up. We just get more expensive toys. And so you guys know I have a knife collection if you're watching this. And let me say this, while we're on this subject, I've got a quick deal alert here. This is the Kershaw Injection. I've gotten mine a little while ago, and I've been carrying it and using it. Really, really impressive little knife. I will do a full review on this, but there's a bunch of places selling these for great prices right now, like around 20 bucks, 25 bucks. And for that price, this is an outstanding folder. Okay, I think regularly they went for around 35, 40 probably. And so a lot of places have them on sale to kind of clear out stock. They're discontinued, but great knife. Kershaw Injection. This is the 3.5, as you guys know. I would not be interested in the 3-inch at all, but maybe you are. All right, so my favorite adult toy is really not my knife collection, because most of my knives, I use them and carry them. I look at them as tools more so than toys, even though they're kind of, have that toyish collector mentality to it. But my favorite adult toy that really falls into something that is just for fun is my 2245. So Ruger 2245 is a 22 pistol. If you're not familiar with that, I'll roll in a picture here. And the reason I call it a toy is because it's really a gun that you own just for fun. It's just for going to the range and plinking and having fun with friends and teaching the kids how to shoot. That's really all it's for. You're not going to take it out hunting, really. In Canada, you're definitely not. But even if you live in the US where it would be allowed, you'd probably pick something else. But great little gun, super fun, and really, it really fits that category of a really cool, fun adult toy. Next, do you unbox your toys? Now, this question is kind of an odd one, and obviously Fun with Knives is kind of aiming this towards sort of collectors. Although yes, I have a knife collection, I don't keep anything in box pristine to try and make it an investment or anything like that. So yeah, I definitely open all my toys. Some of you who collect other stuff, if you collect comic books or stamps or whatever, some of those collections don't lend themselves, but probably, let's say comic books are a great example. I'm sure you get the same kind of thing where some people read every comic book they buy, and yeah, they try to take care of it, but others don't even open the package, right? They keep it like they don't even want to break the seams, so they put it in a sealed envelope and save it forever. Definitely, I'm the user variety. What superhero would you be? What superhero would you be? Now, if you guys know me, you know my son is crazy about superheroes. He literally has tons, probably 20, 30 costumes, and dresses up as, he has all of the Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, then he has like Wolverine and Black Panther, and he just has so many costumes. Plus, that doesn't even count like Disney characters and firefighters and soldiers and ninjas, and he just loves dressing up in costumes and loves superheroes, especially I think his preference is toward Marvel more than DC. But so this question is one that my son would love, and I may show him this video just because of that question, what superhero would you be? But let me answer it. And I gave a lot of thought to how would I answer this question. And I'm going to say this, the superhero that I would be is more like the one I most identify with or most appreciate, and that is Captain America. Okay, and I do that because of his style, number one, because of his his manner of fighting and his integrity, but also because of his age. Like he's raised in, the 30s and 40s and then frozen in time, and we see him all of a sudden later in our time. And because of that, he has a particular view of the world. And I often feel that I have an older generation's view of the world. I feel like, my contemporaries and I think quite differently. Now, I'm not the only one, okay? And I know lots of you would say, yeah, old ideas are often good ideas. But I sometimes feel like I was, born one or two generations too late. My thinking and my inclinations and my morals and stuff are more in line with a previous generation. Finally, what is your favorite gaming system? Now, I've got to answer this two ways. Number one, the one that most connects to me emotionally and I've had the most fun with is definitely the Sega Genesis. I had the first Nintendo, and then we kind of skipped whatever the next generation was, and Sega Genesis was the one that, I can remember getting it at Christmas and how excited I was. I can remember spending hours playing it with my friends, with my cousins, on my own, getting new games and playing them like ad nauseum. So Sega Genesis is definitely the one that sort of connects the most to me and brings back the most fond memories, but now I have and really like the Xbox One. We use it as our primary sort of source of entertainment. So we're watching movies and everything through the Xbox One, and then of course gaming as well. So those are my answers to the 5 for 5 challenge. Let me tag a couple others. Neil the Knife Guy, I'd love to hear your take on this. Another Canadian knife channel. Number 2 is Birdshot 4. You guys have a great dynamic between you, and that's why you guys came to mind as I can kind of imagine you guys talking through these questions. So I'd really like to hear your guys' answers to the fun 5 for 5 challenge. Dark Child 57, haven't heard much from you, so maybe this is an encouragement to throw a video out there. And I know you have a broad range of interests, so I think your answers to these questions would be pretty cool and fun to listen to. Finally, a couple bigger channels. Epic Snuggle Bunny, I'd love to hear your take on this. You have a channel that I really like, and from listening to you talk and hearing you share some things that you've mentioned before in videos, I think you'd have interesting answers to these questions, so I'd like to hear it. Finally, Everyday Tactical Vids. This is a YouTube channel that if you are not subscribed to, you need to subscribe to it. Cool guy, and I feel like I identify with this channel because he talks about being a minister and even has some shots from the church and stuff in some flashlight videos. So anyway, Everyday Tactical Vids, I'd love to hear your take as well on the 5 for 5 challenge. There you go, guys. That is my 5 for 5 challenge, as well as the shout outs to others. I'd love to hear you guys do this as well. If you've already been challenged by someone else, hey, that's cool. I will look for the videos. Talk to you soon.